And so I'm reading here in Second Chronicles 32. This is a story I really enjoy, the story of King Hezekiah and how um, the Assyrians led by Sennacherib wanted to, like, come and fight them and invade them and, destroy them. So I was reading where Sennacherib sent his servants to, like, pretty much threaten the Israelites and to threaten and tell them, like, your God can't do anything. All the other gods have, for other nations, couldn't save them. How could you guys think that your God can save you? And, I got to the point where it says that the servants of Sennacherib, after saying all the things that they were saying, they started yelling out at the wall because there were people at the wall. And it said in verse 32, verse 18, that they called out loudly in Hebrew to the people of Jerusalem who were on the wall to frighten and discourage them in order that he might capture the city. And that stood out to me because I'm like, wow. He called out to them in their language, so he spoke in their language. He spoke in words that they understand, maybe before they were speaking their language. But towards the end, it was a strategy. They strategically chose to yell out loudly in Hebrew, in the language that the Hebrews can understand, all this trash that they were saying, when they were saying it in order to frighten and discourage them. And what would be the benefit of frightening and discouraging them? It would be that he might be able to capture the city. And this is like a simple concept. It's not the first time people have talked about this, but it's so true. If the enemy could speak in words that we understand, speak about circumstances in our own language in the ways that we get, and if he could successfully frighten and discourage, as long as, I'll just use myself, as long as I am frightened and discouraged, I can easily be captured. Whatever issue, I can easily be defeated, right? And I can be defeated in different areas, like whatever the issue is, the area that I'm being tempted with fear and discouragement in, that area can be, I could suffer defeat if I stay in that place. Now we know the truth. The truth is that they had faith. Hezekiah, the king, had faith. And he had faith that he was like, look, we have God, we'll be good. Don't be afraid, don't be frightened. And that is the actual truth. But their enemies, the enemy, came at them with lies that sounded very true. It was lies that sounded like, okay, the things that he proposed to them. Oh, we've killed everyone else. Other kingdoms didn't stand against us. All those things are the truth, right? But that's not the truth for the Israelites. That's not, those other people didn't have the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They had false man-made gods, and that's why they were able to be overthrown by the Assyrians. So yes, the enemy might throw out things that sound true about things that have happened in the past. The enemy might throw out, all types of things. And because of the past, he'll say, because of this past, this is what your future is going to be. And that is a lie, because God says, forget that past. Forget what the devil's gloating about. This is what I said about your future, right? I give you hope in a future and expected end. That's the plans that God has for us. That is what we stand on. We do not listen to what the enemy says. Because once we get into fear and once we get into discouragement, know that that is a tactic for our defeat in that area that we're fearing and being discouraged about. So this is something that I'm encouraging myself with, you know, and just encourage anyone who's listening. Once you get into fear and discouragement, just know that that's a tactic for defeat. So get out of the fear, say no, this is not the truth, this is what God says, and I'm standing by it.